Right now at 11, we begin with breaking news after Cuban authorities shot and killed 4 people aboard a speedboat from Florida. 6 others were injured tonight. The regime says the 10 passengers were Cubans living here in the U.S. who were trying to, quote, infiltrate the island and unleash terrorism. Cuban officials say the men were armed when they entered Cuban waters and opened fire on Cuban soldiers first. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lauren Pastrana. Tonight, Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. will investigate and respond accordingly. CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister is live at Versailles Restaurant in Little Havana with reaction tonight. Anna?
Lauren, Cuban officials are saying that when they intercepted this boat, they found assault rifles and handmade grenades and other suspicious materials with those 10 people who were on board. About a mile off of the Villa Clara province, Cuban officials say their Coast Guard intercepted a Florida speedboat with 10 armed people on board.
Certainly, a situation that we're monitoring.
We have our embassy on the ground in Havana working this as we speak.
According to the Cuban state media, when 5 members of the Cuban Coast Guard approached the boat, the men on the speedboat shot at them. Officials say when the Coast Guard members returned fire, 4 people on the Florida boat were killed and 6 others were injured.
As it stands now, the Department of Homeland Security, the Coast Guard, others are involved.
Cuban officials have released the names of 8 of the 10 men involved in the attempted attack and say at least 2 of them have a known violent criminal history.
This is very unusual for somebody with a Florida tag on a boat to go into Cuban waters armed. We haven't seen this in years.
Local Cuba expert Dr. Andy Gomez says there's still so many questions about this incident, including how this even happened.
How did it get into Cuban waters without us knowing about it, with all the available boats and ships that we have in the Caribbean?
State officials like Congressman Carlos Jimenez have issued statements about the incident. Congressman Jimenez's statement reads in part, "I am calling for an immediate investigation into this massacre. The regime in Cuba must be relegated to the dustbin of history for its countless crimes against humanity." Congresswoman Maria Elvira Salazar and Florida Attorney General James Uthmeier also issued statements about the incident, calling for a full investigation. And we know that federal agencies as well as local and law enforcement agencies are working together to determine the details of what happened. But for now, reporting live in Little Havana, Anna McAllister, CBS News, Miami.
Anna, thank you. And keep it right here on CBS News Miami for the latest developments out of Cuba. We have continuing coverage on air and online at cbsmiami.com.